I have to conclude that because my supervisors began fabricating very serious allegations against me at least a year before firing me, this demonstrates clear intent to defraud. Because they corrupted every allegation used against me, this shows they were not willing to allow facts to interfere with their plans. The fact that they kept most of the allegations secret from me clearly indicates they did not want to allow me the opportunity to challenge them or offer evidence to disprove them. And the fact that an extensive cover-up was conducted from the highest levels of the administration proves that the administration approves of and endorses this type of action. Further, their willingness to perjure themselves is clearly indicative that they are prepared to stoop to any level to accomplish their goals. We have a right to expect a certain degree of honesty and integrity from supervisors, administrators, and managers. When they demonstrate that they lack that honesty and integrity, they must be removed from positions of power and authority. And when credible evidence is presented to senior administrators and they fail to take action to correct the wrongful actions of those supervisors, administrators, and managers, this stands as very compelling evidence that they fully support and encourage those wrongful actions. By this point, you may think this is a condemnation of the entire university. This is not the case. There are many dedicated individuals at the university, including many of the supervisors who have sacrificed the possibility of a more lucrative position in the private sector because they wanted to make a contribution to education, research, healthcare, or a combination of those areas. There are also many doctors and nurses at the university who are very dedicated to their profession. It is truly regrettable that these fine individuals must suffer by association with the supervisors who stoop to the level of fabricating allegations, corrupting evidence, violating regulations and policies, and presenting perjured testimony to cover up their actions. You may also be wondering why such prominent individuals would resort to such methods. I remember that after the New York State governor recently resigned in disgrace, someone, I think he was a psychologist, stated that very powerful people often think that they are not only above other people, they also think they are above the law and they think they won't get caught. Also, do the math. By my calculations, the university saved more than $500,000 in retirement benefits by firing me. If that seems like an insignificant amount in light of the university's overall budget, carry the math a bit further. If they fire 2 people like me, that's $1 million saved. If they fire 20 people, that's a savings of $10 million. If they fire 200 people who are about to retire, the savings amount to $100 million. Is $100 million enough to get your attention? This brings me to the final wrap-up. We can take action to recover our losses. My evidence is currently in the hands of the Office of the New York State Attorney General. A representative of that office told me that the case looks as if it could be of interest to them, but they cannot act on just one single complaint. They are not set up to serve as individual counsel. However, if they receive several similar complaints, they could take action. Can I guarantee we'll get back all that was taken from us? Of course not. But I can guarantee this. If we continue to suffer in silence, all we get is more suffering. And if people continually get away with something, they will continue doing it. We all have friends who work at the university, and some have relatives there. We don't want the same thing to happen to them. If you suspect that you were fired to avoid payment of retirement benefits, file your complaint with the Attorney General's office. They are at 144 Exchange Boulevard, 2nd floor, and the zip code is 14614. To ensure that all the complaints reach the same person, direct your complaint to Bob O'Connor. Also, send me a brief information copy. Royal Chamberlain, care of Royal Photography, 28 East Main Street, Suite 102, and the zip code is also 14614. I intend to follow up by making certain this does not sit on a back burner somewhere. I intend to keep it moving forward. And remember, you don't have to have the level of proof that I have brought to light. All you have to have is a reasonable suspicion. The Office of the Attorney General has investigative powers that go far beyond what you and I can accomplish. I would also ask that major donors to the university exert pressure on the administration to correct the wrongdoing and take steps to ensure similar actions do not recur. With that, I thank you for your kind attention. I promised I would keep this brief, so I've only skimmed over the most important points. I do apologize that this video has gone on for as long as it has. I could have spent much more time dissecting each individual allegation and showing how they had been corrupted, but rest assured, I do have the proof, and much of that proof is in the hands of the Attorney General's office. I ask that you spread the word to everyone you know. Even if they're not near retirement age, they may know someone who can benefit from this. May God bless you. Oh, by the way, you know I have to include a disclaimer. The opinions expressed in this video are my own. The opinions and conclusions have been reached after careful and even painstaking review of the facts and evidence available to me. If anyone wants to offer corrections or additions, they are welcome to forward their comments to me at 28 East Main Street, Suite 102. Also, if you worked for another employer in the Rochester area, or if you live in another area and believe your situation is similar, I would urge you to also contact your Attorney General. The more cases that are brought to light, the more reason there will be for the Attorney General's office to launch a thorough investigation. If other individuals will also prepare similar videos and post them here, we can organize groups of individuals in each area. None of us have enough horsepower individually to accomplish this. But if we join forces and have the Attorney General's office working with us, and don't forget to ask God's support and assistance, we will have all the power we need. I thank you again for your kind attention.